All right, we'll begin. As the team journeys into the next stage of events, after finding the Valkyries and more or less defeating them without too much of an issue, the only real problem was the actual leader. And thankfully enough for your teamwork, we're able to take them out without too much trouble. Honestly, if it wasn't for Win, Finn would have been down like 2 or 3 times by now.
Team
I have
Alarms.
one job here. It's like, I have one job here.
It's stupid, but I'm gonna do it. No, quest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully 2 jobs given the watch order.
Hopefully. Speaking of watch order, you guys were heading out with them. The other team that were with you, aka the mercenaries, said, hey, we're going to fight you for a horse. They said, sure, why not? As long as you can prove yourself. They said, cool. But in other terms, they fought the other leader of the mercenary team that you guys more or less agreed to work with. One, he was pretty strong. And she was also kind of weak. Not fully at full health, but definitely above half health. But I digress. After a good shot straight into the side, he acquired one of the Pegasi. Keep making that mistake. Then said to you, all right, we're going to head out. Do you want us to pay you guys what we have in our pockets if you don't trust us, or do you want us to send it somewhere when you get back to town? You guys said, yeah, send it to one of Jimmy's people, and then that person will send it to Ramon. So there's no direct contact with mercenary shady group. They told you the number of the amount. If any of you can remember it, that's fine. If not, I'll just leave it to an assumption that you have money waiting for you.
I think I wrote it down somewhere.
I did tell you the amount. After getting on the
1,200 total.
Yeah. Because I wanted to round it out evenly. After Rhea then said, all right then, we're going to take you to where we're going. Everyone ready? Everyone nodded. Camilla grabbed onto Sigvald or allowed herself to be ridden. I don't know which one, so it was up in the air, and I just said you were being held on by the claws. As you made way with the Valkyries, it almost killed you guys. Jemmy almost died. I think you were like at 3 or 1 health.
Completely glossing over my contribution to the flight, but that's fine.
I was getting there. Either way, Jemmy kept almost dying, and the others might have felt the same fate if it wasn't for Finder's own contribution of creating a belt suspension system. After everyone said, no, we don't need this, we're going to take a long rest anyways, Finder made a good one for himself and made others just in case. Jemmy was just one that unfortunately didn't have one. Again, Win and Finn helping out Jemmy not die. Very, very good. Clutched it in the end. Now you're in a place that Rhea called the Shadowfell. You guys rolled something and you didn't exactly get it, so characters don't know exactly what it means. However, she did state, going into actual plan now, we're in currently the domain of the person that is inside the building. They allow us to be here for a bit, but they don't allow us garnered protection. But many things don't come in here, as the person inside is far more menacing than people prefer. I do have a statement after we leave that I place here and they collect. My knights are going to take their own group and take care of themselves, while you and your team did mention that you would like to take care of the Pegasi while also taking care of yourselves. The first watch, I believe, was Win and Finn. Second watch
Mhm.
was Jemmy and potentially someone else. And Finder was last watch.
Yep, that's correct.
Look at that little note you got there.
All right. Any questions before we fully begin?
I guess for Finder,
Mhm.
I wouldn't suppose you might be willing to make one more of those improvised saddles, would you? Be willing to compensate you for it?
If you can spare the time, do I have enough materials?
How long do you need to sleep for? You have the materials, but how long do you need to sleep for?
It's not like I'm an elf or anything. I think it's the regular amount.
I think you could potentially do it. You just need to
That-
do it on your own watch, and you'd have to roll well.
Okay. Because I think Rhea was saying we should not linger too long here.
You can definitely long rest, but if you're not keeping watch, something might attack you in the middle of the night.
Yeah. But she also said, like, we're allowed to be here temporarily. We're not like, it's not like, hey, take your time, welcome to my realm. It's like you're allowed to be here and then piss off.
Yeah.
So I will do my best.
Sigvald. Is Sigvald here, actually? I guess is a good question.
Yeah, he's like 3 tents down.
All right. Well, if Sigvald's willing to take the second watch, I'd stay up during yours and help you. At the very least, I could offer some expert guidance.
I would welcome your guidance. Measurements and all that make it much easier.
Yeah,
Beg your
sure,
pardon?
won't-
So Sigvald's first watch is what I gathered.
Nah, second
Be
watch.
second.
Second.
Oh, second. Sorry, yeah. Jemmy's middle, but he's first on the list, so that's why.
Uh, yes, I'll move to last watch to match yours.
All right. Rhea heads over to watch over her own group, but she will be like, she's like visible. I'm just gonna put it in the corner. At first watch, Win and Finn begin to take up root. Fire is not lit, otherwise you'd literally making yourself a beacon. If you decide to make a fire, that is entirely up to you, but it is quite cold. Not cold enough that you get into a state of shock or potential not actually resting. It's just uncomfortable cold. But one of you can roll a perception check, and the other will give the help action.
I can go ahead and give you the help action. I'm sure you're a little more perceptive than I.
I have a +3 to perception. How about you?
+3.
Just roll them up. Advantage is better than
Yeah. I guess I'll roll. So advantage perception. Oh, sorry,
Can
I
I
was looking at
guidance this or no?
persuasion.
Sorry, I was gonna say 2 rolls are better than advantage, but then
Can I give her guidance?
I think so. I'm pretty sure you can.
All right.
It's a skill check.
You get an extra D4.
All right. Yeah, I was looking at persuasion that has a +3. I'm sorry.
Lies.
My
Perception +7. Yeah.
She's a ringer.
I was looking at persuasion. I'm sorry, my glasses were a bit fucked up. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
Okay.
Look at that advantage, though. You got a nat 20 and a nat 1.
Oh yeah, and a D4 on that, you might break 30.
Ooh, okay. Give me one moment.
You perceive all things.
No.
Ooh, I would have given you something on a natural 30.
You
Oh, well. And, I mean, you still get something, but not an additional thing.
don't get all of the things.
As you begin to examine the area, looking about, you, Finn, begin to not move away, but you definitely begin to feel a strange ambiance around you. As you begin to go further into the best way I can describe it is the outermost bank of your encampment. You don't go fully into the forest. You keep yourself visible. You keep your team visible. As you do so, you feel the shadows around you begin to envelop you. It feels as if the shadows themselves within the forest are moving. It does not feel good. It does not feel right. If you linger here for far too long, the shadow itself may actually head towards your camp soon. You do not feel a figure. In fact, it is the very essence of the land itself crawling and creeping towards your direction. If it nears you, if it gets close enough to you, you both feel a very, very strong urge to not stay here for more than a day. And a day is pushing it. Hours, truly, is your best bet. Probably why Rhea states we only stay here to rest. Looking at these shadows, you can tell that if you're not careful, if someone isn't keeping watch, then they will draw so close that they'll be upon you within mere moments. And within those shadows, there are other things. When you specifically hear voices within the shadows themselves, you hear voices of crying children, of elderly individuals weeping and calling out for their children, their sons, their daughters. You feel other individuals, adults, crying out in pain and agony, whether emotional or quite literally pain of the body. It does not feel well. This land is sickening. And that's what you get with the natural 20.
Yay.
It was a nightmare place.
Yeah, wind does not. You can just notice wind does not want to be here any longer.
Okay. Not
She'll
a
like
problem.
wrap herself up in like a blanket to, cocoon herself to stay warm, but she's still, keeping watch.
Just like, do you not hear that?
Yeah, she regrets being an elf now.
Well, there's that. You can tell, as mentioned beforehand, that the shadows are moving. So if you're not careful or not keeping a watch on everything and everyone, someone could just go missing in a blink of an eye.
Okay, now with that, revelation on me, I'll call upon my wild companion.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken?
So I think that uses a wild shape for me to do. Yeah. And I will summon forth the familiar to help keep watch.
All right.
Vigilant and untiring.
Which one is it this time?
Um,
Guard pupper. Or the best guard animal of them all, the goose.
Well, technically, the it does say that the familiar is a fae instead of a beast. So I guess bunny with wings.
Jackalope.
You know, make it kind of cute.
Yeah.
And you know, bunnies are very alert. Trust me, I know. I live with two of them.
It is weird that I don't have a bunny token. Maybe they just call it rabbit token.
How dare you?
You just like bunny girl, bunny girl. No, this isn't.
Here,
Still nothing.
I'll
That is
send you
weird.
a picture. I'll send you a picture.
Okay.
Someone's prepared.
Somebody has rabbit. To be fair,
There.
I really like rabbit. Really nice and tender meat.
That is not a rabbit. Rabbit's so tough,
Yeah,
hey man.
it's a bunny with wings.
Nice.
As the bunny with wings begins to emerge out of the ether, you begin to draw towards it, and it is, in all essence, a familiar, a being connected to you, towards you. So even if you sleep, it does not necessarily need to sleep or meditate.
It is, however, a fae. Those little tricksters.
Ignore the size as it
Huge.
appears.
That's what she said.
Eventually, so you will learn to understand.
As it appears out of the ether with wings protruding out from its back, you do look towards it, and it is speaking in Sylvan. Or one of the languages at the very least you know. I don't know if you know Sylvan. You'd probably definitely know Elfish.
I do. I just
Yes.
posted my languages.
Cool. Then in Sylvan, it does speak towards you. Everyone else Finn just hears or something far more cuter than that. It does state, did you summon me, mistress?
I'll communicate back in Sylvan. Yes, where me and my companions are in hostile lands, and I need you to help keep watch.
Oh, this is dark.
And
You
that's
see
why
those? They're like
I can
everywhere.
I don't see it, but I can feel it, and that's why I need your assistance.
I can like warn you guys, but I'm like 5 inches tall.
I just need your help to keep watch and alert us if there's any danger.
Hey, that's plenty big. That's plenty big. No.
Okay.
Wait, really? 5 inches is big?
I was trying to console the little guy.
Are you sure you're not trying
Not
to
what
console
she said.
yourself?
Wow.
Hey, 5 inches is apparently a little bit larger than the average, according to what I've read.
I've had no complaints.
And even Drogba gets it into conflict.
And that's the thing that really matters, right? No complaints to your face. Because, you know, we all talk
Oh, yeah.
with our friends. Anyways. But yeah, I'll just give him head scratches and Thank you for your assistance.
Okay. Never thought I'd be back here.
Give him a little kiss on the forehead. Because
Like,
bunnies love kisses.
yeah, they like nuzzle into it.
Yeah.
Finn, Draconic, Primordial, Common, Korai.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just listening to these two chirp back and forth. I'm like, I don't know.
I
It
have
just sounds
last
like
name
Wynn's making bunny noises.
showing
No,
my
oh,
thunder.
when did you communicate to me about the feeling you got, or did I get that as well?
Uh, Not yet, but I was going to after I deal with this.
Okay. In that case, I don't know exactly what's going on yet.
Yeah, well, Win wanted to make sure we had an extra pair of eyes first, just in case.
No problem.
So after she communicates to her new ally and he, you know, gets on a perch and keeps watch, when in her blanket cocoon will turn towards you.
Hmm.
This land is not right. It feels alive, but in the most terrifying and wrong ways.
I can kind of feel that. Perhaps you feel it a little more intensely. Um, Finn will go ahead and use prestidigitation to warm up her blankets because he can see obviously that she's cold. Um,
I mean, all of you would be.
yeah,
Yeah. But
and then go ahead.
the shadows. The shadows are unnatural and seem to be alive and hold dark secrets within them. If we're not careful, they will spirit away someone.
Okay. Um, if I cast light on an object and then break it in half, will both of those objects be glowing?
Uh, sure.
Okay.
I
I'll
mean,
just grab a. Go ahead.
like the cantrip, right? It would take you another 6 seconds
Yeah.
to. Doesn't matter anyway.
Well, I can only cast. Well, can I cast multiple lights?
No, it's only one
No.
instance at a time according to the description.
I'll let you
Um,
be
In that case-
creative.
Okay. In that case, I'll just grab a small stick. I will cast light on it. I will break it in half. I will give half to Win, and I'll keep the other half. And it's like, just keep it in your hand closed. And when you think you might need a little light, just like open your hand a little bit, and
Yeah,
that way we're not advertising our presence.
she'll
But
put it
it's
in her blanket cocoon,
okay.
so
But
it's
it is,
hidden.
yeah. But it is something against the dark. Fights back shadows.
I think we're gonna need a lot more than just this to fight whatever is out there.
With any luck, we won't have to fight it. We just have to keep it at bay long enough for everybody to get some rest.
If if we keep watch, it should be enough to keep the shadows at bay. But we're gonna have to stay alert, and that's why I summoned him and kind of give him scritches on the cheeks.
Hmm,
Yeah.
an amazing. Since I've never seen a winged bunny before, I just kind of. What an amazing creature.
Yes,
I'll bet
he
it's
is.
fast.
He is. and he's quite alert. His combat capabilities are very minimal, but I rather have his senses with us at the moment.
Yeah. As long as he can raise an alarm, that'll be enough.
Oh, trust me, you will hear it.
Odd, because rabbits scream.
No, they thump and they thump hard enough because they need to thump loud and hard enough that the bunnies underground in the burrows can hear it.
Hmm.
I'll be thumping in a language Finn doesn't understand.
It's okay as long as I hear the noise.
So yeah, you will hear like loud thumping and like grunting noises.
With your both of you understanding that you need to keep watch while you're up and awake, you can tell that the shadows aren't moving forwards, but that doesn't mean that the danger is passing yet. But for your watch, it has cleared fully, i.e., before anything else happens, your watch is up.
Okay. But also, I guess he's kind of like mixed with like a hawk, so he probably has like a screech he can do too. It's a fake creature. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have you never heard a rabbit scream? It's horrible.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't what they meant when they said bird of prey, by the way.
Heyo.
Jamie's not even awake.
So who's second watch?
That would be Sigvald and potentially Eula.
Nah, Camilla's gonna join in. Camilla is gonna join in. She is way more
Yeah.
perceptive than Sigvald.
Okay.
Well, Wynn's gonna wake up Eula. Finn, you wanna wake up Sigvald?
Sure, I'll get him. I'll go over to Sigvald and, without touching him, I'll wake him up gently.
You like hit the side of the tent to stir him up.
Don't touch the outside of the tent, it will rain inside.
Don't worry, it's not raining.
That's the point.
Time for watch.
Okay,
And
Finn.
I guess I'll wake up Eula. You know, just I don't know, cantrip gust, just on her face. You know,
The
like
already-
cool breeze.
The already described cold environment, just gusts of cold air in her face.
Oh yeah, no, never mind.
I think it's
I'll
funny.
actually, lay a hand on her shoulder to wake
Ah,
her up.
okay.
You awake?
Politely.
It's time to switch.
Oh, all right.
Here, take this with you, and I'll hand over my bunny hawk to
Uh,
her.
Sure. I've never seen this kind of creature beforehand.
It's a fake creature I was able to summon to help us keep watch. If we're not careful, someone could get spared away by the shadows.
Haunting premonition.
Well, the Force is alive in the most dreadful sense. And keep your eyes on the shadows. They move.
Metachlorines.
All right?
All right. Thanks.
No problem. Wake me if you need anything.
I'd probably wake all of you if I need something. But all right.
Yep. before you
Oh, what
can-
did she say?
I'll probably wake all of you up if I truly need something.
Yeah,
And
true.
as for Sigvald, I'll simply go ahead and say that this is not a night for slacking. We are being watched, so just try and keep your eyes peeled. And as he's leaving his tent, I just kind of tap him on the shoulder and give him a prestidigitation to warm up his jacket a little bit against the cold.
Oh,
as
it's
he
very
starts
nice,
to shift.
Sigvald. Everyone is cold. I made that abundantly clear.
I know. I can only do this one at a time, so I'm
Yeah.
helping out a little as I can.
Sigvald, Camilla, Eula, and a nice little bunny hawk that Wynn has conjured. All are awake. Well, focus on discipline. You have resisted to cold damage.
I,
What
I
discipline?
This one, the mastery of ice.
It's not doing damage. I specifically
It's ju-
stated it's not
it
going to do
just
damage.
sucks.
It just sucks.
It is,
Yeah, it's just unpleasant. So just warming your jacket a bit was actually a very nice thing. But
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, 'cause
Thank you.
yeah,
You're resisting the cold, not shitty weather.
And as I will precipitate him back and heat him up as well. It's fine. Thank you.
Sigvald, Camilla, Eula all wake up. Eula is now with the bunny hawk next to Sigvald. Sleep well?
Yeah. It's been a while since it felt like I was home.
Honestly, same. They mentioned something about the shadows being alive out here. Something in them.
Now it really sounds to feel like home.
Oh, are you from Noche as well?
Yes.
Second generation. Was raised in Haven, which is a city you guys are currently operating in. Parents were from Noche. Not the most fun place to be. Reason why they call it the City of Monsters.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My master was one of those. It's fine. It's fine. I'm alive. She's not.
Sounds about right, if you're not working underneath them. Shall we keep watch then?
Yeah, of course. Camilla, could you be a dear?
She was already awake as Finn, tapped the tent. You probably both said, don't tap the tent, it'll rain inside. Yida will give you the help action, and you're giving Camilla the help action. So, in all honesty, Camilla is just going to have advantage on this, and I'll give her a +2.
Okay, come on. Give me Camilla's sheet. There we go. Perception, there we go. Okay, there's a 19.
Nice. As Camilla is looking around, and as the bunny hawk is also swerving around, looking towards Camilla, the bunny hawk does nod towards her, and she does state to you, Sigvald, since Eula's just there. The little. It said its name is Jeffrey. I don't know. It said that there's something in the woods creeping towards us. Something with 5 or 4 heads. Couldn't exactly tell. But it felt as if it wasn't there the moment it looked away. If it wasn't from the Sylvan heritage, it probably wouldn't have figured that one out. Something is wrong here. It's getting closer.
How far is the tree line away from the camp?
The tree line here is roughly 30 feet away. Not extremely far away, but far enough that something will need to come out of it before it can actually do anything to you, because there's too many trees in the way. The what did I keep calling it? I'm just gonna call him Jeffrey. Jeffrey was able to fly in the air and was able to see and take note of something within the tree line, further away than 30 feet, but close enough that it could see. And from what it said, it could see it for an instant, and when it turned away, it couldn't fully remember it. But because it's from the Sylvan heritage, aka Feywild, it has some underlying traces of memory, as you know, the Feywild messes with your memory to begin with.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's at the moment look at this and just wait. Do you agree, Eula?
Probably best not to make noise, but we should keep watching the direction. The bunny hawk
Jeffrey?
gesture towards. Oh, okay. Gesture towards. Jeffrey. Looks above her head and it's probably like mounted on top. Thank you, Jeffrey. In Sylvan, welcome. Do you keep watch in that direction, or do you keep watch in all directions? Take a note. Finn did say watch out in the shadows, and Eula would have probably told you that when said keep a watch or else you might lose someone. But you know there's a direct danger, and then there's a all-encompassing danger. So, Sigvald,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, which directions do you look? If you choose more than one, this thing can get closer, and you do not know how fast it is. If you look towards that direction, then everything else is fair game.
Well, I am gonna answer this question because I have a cunning plan. So cunning you can put a tail on it and call the fox. Camilla will keep watching in the general direction of where the creature was, while Sigvald is gonna take a more omnispectral perception. So basically, he's gonna look at the three sides that Camilla's not looking at.
All right.
And where's Jeffrey gonna look?
What
What about you?
Jeffrey's gonna look into the sky, and Eula's gonna look, following with Camilla, to keep watching that direction. Okay, this isn't a bad plan, but as soon as you look away, you don't remember what you were talking about, Sigvald. And Sigvald, I want you to go ahead and roll for me a D100. The higher you roll, the worse it's gonna be.
Golf rules. Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Fun fact: I either roll ones or 99. So
Hit me up with that single digit.
4.
Yeah.
Nice. You honestly don't remember anything you guys were talking about not that long ago, but you feel an instinctive marker to tell Eula and Camilla to keep watching where they're watching. You feel a very over-encompassing sensation of fear behind your back, as if something in a moment will crouch over you, will be haunted by something. Something in the darkness will begin to consume you. And then it passes. And then when you look behind you, you see Camilla, you see Eula, and you see Jeffrey. All battered, beaten, and bruised. And you see the tree line behind you broken and ripped apart, as if something crashed through it and then crashed away, as if fending for its own life. Eula looks towards you as you turn around. Were we just fighting? Looks towards Camilla. In Draconic, Yeah, actually, right now she has broken common. I don't remember. It was something massive.
I look away for 1 second. What the hell happened?
What was the one thing you were told not to do?
I don't know. Jeffrey, like, lands on Eula. I didn't see anything. What were you talking about?
Is everybody okay?
Camilla does nod. Was able to, like, she begins to try to, ignite her fire breath. I don't have that currently, which means I probably used it. Yes. Like, you see them, like, a bit, dauntily hurt, but they're not dead. Doesn't have their fire breath back. For all intents and
Okay.
purposes, they, like, went around with something. Camilla shot her breath weapon, and then the thing, whatever it was, bolted back
Okay.
into the forest.
Well, whatever it was probably terrified of getting barfed on. Good job, Camilla.
Barfed. Fire breath. Translation, perhaps. I will take note of this.
Lightning breath. Lightning breath. You're a blue dragon, not a red one. I know you have been having an identity crisis recently, but still, Camilla, remember your heritage. Because
Common
it's
is
a
still
noble.
new to me, she says. Eula does state, right, well, all things considered, we should probably keep watch until whatever this thing is fully gone. Some time does pass, and Sigvald, you don't encounter anything, and you don't see Camilla or Eula fight anything later on. Whatever that thing was frightened enough that it went away. Clearly, it didn't need to go into a fight that it could potentially lose. And your... What was that?
So we'll be back in the next watch when Camilla's taking a nap.
And your round / watch has ended. Man, you rolled so good for this. Good.
Single digits, baby.
Normally awful, but good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eula does state, all right, I'll go wake up Jemmy. You can wake up Finder.
Sure, I'll go wake up Finder. And by waking up Finder, I am gonna wake up the mechanical rattlesnake to wake up Finder.
It doesn't sleep. It's probably just staring at you.
Yeah. I'd just say go wake up
I
your
know.
master. Gonna go to bed.
It probably doesn't move an inch. It doesn't take orders from you.
I don't care. I did my part.
Assuming you did your part, Eula wakes up Jemmy. Here, take this. Puts a bunny hawk on top of your head. It will keep watch with you from what Wynn has said. And there is something in the forest that you might die from. Either the shadows or something you can't remember.
What forest is she from? I have yet to see a single normal beast from her.
Good luck with that.
So something in the forest? Any particular direction?
North embankment. Like, north direction. Good luck to you and Finder.
Oh, I'm sure we'll need it.
Honk's 8-hour alarm goes off.
It sounds like a car alarm.
Yeah.
I have a question. How long is a shift?
A shift is like 2.5 hours, so when you would have had a full almost at the very tail end of Finder and Jemmy's rest, you would like
Okay.
wake up in the middle of it.
But
Uh,
we're considering everyone got a short rest or full rest.
You would have gotten a full rest, like the very tail end of a short rest. Sorry, long rest.
Right. It's nice and quiet here. No.
I was just asking because I'm an elf, so I get trance. So if depending on how long the shifts are, I could possibly help with one of the ends.
Hmm. Like at the very middle of Finder and Jemmy's, you would be awake. But first, let's see what Finder and Jemmy does. Honk's car alarm begins
Yeah.
to hit. You take out your keys and turn it off.
Hi. Beep beep.
Jemmy and the Jeffrey head towards you.
Oh, you ever get to the point where you just start to ignore that noise?
That would be very dangerous.
Uh,
I find the noise hideously annoying. That's why I chose that one.
How observant would you say that Hunk is, if at all?
Let me just bring up his specification sheets. I would say more than me, surprisingly. Yeah.
Well, thinking they're saying there's something in the woods to the north. Perhaps I should throw a light in there to perhaps make it easier to spot if something's trying to sneak up on us.
Or would that just detract everything within the light's radius? It was a huge radius. Isn't that the whole reason we went without a fire? Could we have had the fires this whole time? No one cared.
Oh, I'd have liked to have been a little warmer.
I'd say we hold off. Can you not see into darkness? I can see into darkness.
It's not something I'm especially good at. Pretty
Okay,
good at
that-
seeing darkness, that's about it.
Okay, but do you still want me to work on your harness, or do you think you need help watching?
Well, how good are you at seeing in the dark?
I thought I can see into darkness 60 feet.
Well, the saddle's not of much use if we don't live through the night. In that case, perhaps you should take the lead on the watch. I'll just go ahead and I'll provide my expert guidance to help improve your odds of success.
The other thing, if it's been long enough, you could wake up the Valkyrie.
I guess we would be in third shift territory here.
Yeah. She would have kept an eye on her crew. But not all the time. She would have been at rest at some point. I'm gonna give you a chance. Jemmy or Finder, one of you roll a d20. Above 10, she's had enough rest. Below 10, she had 2 hours of sleep.
Like Jemmy, do it.
Oh, great. I'm sure this will go fine. Let's see, what was it? Above 10 is supposed to be better?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hey!
She's,
She's happy to see you.
Fully
bud.
rested. She's already awake. She's
Uh,
other camp with the rest of the Valkyries, but they're doing good. No one died just yet.
still doing okay, but I don't have the best vision for this time of night, and Trying to help Finder work on a little bit of a project so I don't die in the morning.
What does that have to do with me?
Oh, I'm trying to help you. So that you don't have to focus on keeping the watch. If you want to keep the watch, that's fine.
I was being the Valkyrie, sorry.
Well, anyway, I wouldn't mind an extra set of eyes, referring to the Valkyrie.
Okay. All right. As in right now, I'm assuming. Sure. Looks towards her own team. All right. So far, you've all been doing good. Again, keeping eye, keeping moment. Keep watch throughout the night. We never know what's around here, and it's fully all-encompassing darkness. So take shifts, take rounds, and make sure if there is anything, have everyone else be aware of the situation. She.
Go
ahead.
Oh, she's talking to her people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then she
Okay,
joins
carry
you.
on. Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Yola did mention there was some trouble in the forest to the north.
Such as what?
Some sort of shadow creature or something?
This is a place that brings in souls, that brings in the lost. So that is possible. Hopefully it's not one of the creatures that are from here or derive from here. But we do need to keep watch over anything that may happen. With any luck, it's just a wandering spirit. If we're unlucky, it could be something worse. Could be a nightmare. Could be a ghost.
So are the Valkyries camps so far away that they can't see the swath of the destruction that this thing wrought?
They're like 20 feet away from you guys.
So shouldn't Jemmy just not point at the destroyed trees and she'd be like, oh shit. When did that happen?
Like you guys didn't even notice that happened. Like it just feels like it was.
If only someone had actually woken me up instead of trying to talk to a robot snake with no emotions.
To be fair,
no.
I don't. To be fair, Sigfold does not see the difference between the two of you. You're both snakes with no emotion.
Hey. Very good. Nice.
Mm.
Vampire lover? No.
So,
Blood
if
bag.
you knew what you look like. Oh, never mind, you don't have any emotions.
Boo.
I never told you my backstory. That's funny.
Rayan does state, all right then, shall I keep watch? I'll assist one of you to peer within the shadow's veil. And it's probably going to be Jemmy since Finder needs to make the belt.
Mm-hmm. What do I have to roll for that, by the way?
That'd be your Tinkerer's tools, if you have them.
And let's go. Oh, not 2. Sorry, bud.
Well, go ahead and roll your D4 for the expert guidance.
All right. Yeah, that'll bring it home. 13.
It's pretty good. You needed a 12 to make the bungee helpful ones. You don't make, the perfect one, but you do make it useful. It won't last forever, but it will last, hopefully until you guys make it to the next point.
It's not my best work, but it's rather spooky in here, I suppose.
As long as it provides me some resistance to gravity, I'll be quite happy.
Yes, no.
Thank you ever so much.
But essentially you do have a version of the balance that were made prior, Jemmy. It's just a little weaker. Finder can definitely adjust it later on, but it will survive. That being said, Jemmy, you will have to roll a perception check. Advantage, thanks for bringing in Rhea. And I'll give you a +2 with Bunny Hawk.
All right. Well, fortunately, perception is not one of my worst skills. I guess an 18.
18 is pretty good. As you peer through the veil of night, you do see something in your barest and briefest of moments. Man, if it wasn't for Win, you guys would have been not
Mm.
as good. I'm going to be upfront with you guys.
Mhm.
If it wasn't for me, why? What did I do?
You got a
rolled
natural
like a
20.
29. Yeah. Pretty good. A pretty good warning roll, basically.
At the corner of your eye, you do see something, Jemmy, far in the distance. It's not so far that it can't see you, but far enough away that it is not looking at you. You see it move within the shadows, but it feels like a shadow itself. It's as if it blends in so well, like a black cat in the middle of the night. Only by the light of its eyes do you even see the thing, and a floating crown resting on top of its head, made out of potentially platinum or silver, a precious metal nonetheless. It is moving in a diagonal way, not towards you, but if any noise is made, it will be drawn to you.
Oh boy. Let me check something here.
Tinker, tinker, tinker. Ding, 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 ding.
The bunny hawk's helping me too. That's another reason.
What a ridiculous irony. Pass Without Trace has a verbal component. Hey, let's be quiet.
Everyone were stealthy.
If you don't do anything, that is fine, but it will make a perception check, and it will need to be a specific number I'm giving it. If you do something, it might make the number harder for it to do, but you might also just give it a chance to immediately spot you.
I think that's not very good. Dang it, there is. Shoot, and actually, how far are Rhea and Finder from me?
Rhea's like 10 feet away, watching the other side of the forest, and Finder is 10 feet in the opposite direction, currently working in sewing in the leather strap. Not heavy tinkering movements, but, the finer detailed work.
Honk is probably watching you guys, though, or like keeping watch, in a sweeping sort of a thing.
Mhm.
So if you need to get Finder's attention, Honk will see you eventually.
Oh, so genuine question, Finder. Are you a snooze kind of guy, or once alarm wakes you up, you are fully awake?
It depends. I usually snooze, but if I have to get up consistently earlier than I'd like, the alarm goes on the other side of the room, so I have to physically get up, and usually that's enough. Because I
Okay.
will snooze myself into oblivion, given the option, so I just take that option away from myself.
Yeah.
Since Rhea's probably less distracted, I'm gonna try and get her attention first and point in the direction of the creature and try and do something similar with Finder.
Which actually, sorry, just that alarm question. If Honk was real, it'd probably be like the alarm goes off until you tag the snake. It's just to force you to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Chasing this stupid thing around the room. Being like, why did I do this to myself?
Getting Rhea's attention is not terribly difficult. She looks towards the direction you're pointing at, not making any vocal commands. She will have to make a perception check to even see what it is. She's not going to make noise regardless. She just will need to see if she can see it. She does, thankfully enough. She nods. You then get Finder's attention. Finder, go ahead and make a perception check yourself. You do need to get an 18 or better to get this.
Did mention that Honk was better at this than me.
Nice.
Oh.
You all can see this thing. If you do anything, it's entirely up to you. It will make a perception check regardless. But it might need to beat a higher number if you do something. Or a lower one if you kind of mess up.
I think I'm just gonna go ahead and try and get prone and just kind of stay as low a profile as possible.
What about you, Finder?
Yeah. If it makes any aggressive motions, get Honk to make his alarm noise. But other than that, I think we'll just keep still so long as I'm done with my tinkering. Otherwise, we'll just continue tinkering.
Okay. Are you guys keeping an eye on it?
Oh yeah. If I can point it out to Honk, which I should be able to, right? He sees better than me. He'll, lock on with that with mechanical precision.
Finder, Jemmy, I want you both to go ahead and roll a D100.
Oh man, yeah, that's dumb.
You need to be in the parameters of 40. Higher
Man,
than
I'm
40,
dumb.
something is going to happen.
Yeah, I asked for it.
You both rolled higher than 40.
69.
Nice.
However, you did roll within 5 points of each other. Interesting
High five.
enough.
69. Nice.
Yeah.
I will say the bunny would likely be aware of things, so I'm going to reduce the numbers down by a bit, but not
enough.
Not enough. I'm going to reduce the numbers down by 10, but that's still within 50, which is not under 40 or at 40.
Fair enough. Give me my horrible brain affliction.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I'm not gonna do that to a player. I'm gonna roll myself.
I fell right into that trap like an idiot. I was working on something I wasn't supposed to be perceiving. You're like, do you want to look for it? I was like, yeah, okay, I'll roll. What an idiot.
Just do it. Do it, Dogma. Do it.
7. As you guys are looking around, as you guys are looking at it specifically, keeping crouched down, making sure that it doesn't notice you. 18 modifier was already pretty high, making yourself as flat as possible. It doesn't seem to notice you too terribly. But as you are peering within this point of view, you feel, Finder, something goes whoosh right next to you, as if the wind itself just creeped into your ear and then ran right through you. And when you turn around to see what it is, you do not see Honk next to you.
Oh no.
And I have to roll again because unfortunately you both rolled higher than 40.
Yeah, it's Big Ball taking all the good rolls.
As you guys are keeping an eye on things, keeping watch, Finder, you notice this, and Jemmy, you feel something carve into the ground and whoosh right next to your ear, as if it's being ripped, as if the air itself is being ripped right next to you. As you turn around, you do not see half of Sigvald's tent, and you only see Camilla in the other half. Win! You're awake now. Well, you're no longer meditating.
All right. So
It's frozen to the ground, just clawing into the earth in fear.
Is everything all right? What's going on?
You
And
see.
how soon is she... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you see them currently on the ground while this creature is moving away. It didn't get close to you, but something did.
Well, if she was looking this direction, I'd have put my finger up to my mouth like a shush thing and then pointed in the direction of the departing creature.
When you take note that something is moving away, you do feel and hear the crackling of branches. Actually, it wouldn't have make branch noises. You can roll a perception
If
check,
it's-
but you can clearly tell something is moving.
If it feels like it's moving away, I don't want to stop it.
Yeah.
So I'll just hold still until it leaves.
You do so, and as you say what's going on, you also then take note that Honk is nowhere near you guys. You know, it does make sense. Finder sometimes sends out Honk to scout sometimes, or like get food. It'd be weird now, but you know, it's not impossible. But you also see half a tent ripped apart. And that is weird.
So it looks like something happened.
First off, I want to try and listen very carefully, make sure I don't hear anything out there.
Roll a perception check.
All right. All right.
You do hear a bunch of noises, but forests often do not do that. But not too loud. That ripping in the air, as mentioned beforehand, was almost instant, as if it was waiting, and it hit and landed immediately.
And so the sounds, these are like
Big
bugs and
dump.
stuff.
Sound is a frightful forest, one that has teeming life, one that is dangerous, but one that is currently not an immediate threat.
Okay. Something did happen indeed. I don't see Sigvald or Honk.
Brain hurts.
Wait, what?
In fact, I'm gonna go up to find her. Did you do something with Honk?
No, this last thing I remember, I was looking at that thing and then I went back to my work and now this.
In Sylvan, I'll ask the bunny hawk if he knows anything.
Some weird ghost thing was in the area. They were keeping watch over it. And then something ripped the air around us, and I think that's when they disappeared. I couldn't see what it was, but it might be the things living in the shadows.
In
Does
any
anyone
case,
here know?
So, question. So when you guys heard something, you all focused on the thing that was approaching, correct?
So far, we were looking.
Ignoring the shadows around you. The shadows are basically alive. You need to watch out for it as well.
It's a little easy to get distracted when there's something else that looks plenty capable of killing people.
thank you for the pep talk, but I think it's best for everyone if we just leave now. I can rebuild Honk, it's no issue.
Okay, but what about Sigvald?
Wait, Sigvald's not here?
Oh, he's missing too. Does anyone have the ability to speak to Camilla?
I think we like all speak Draconic.
Well, I don't.
Well, she speaks
Common.
she speaks pretty common anyway.
Does she? I thought she kind of avoided that before.
It's starting to be a thing.
She knows broken common now.
Well, I'm not gonna take a chance that I can communicate well.
Fair Dragonette, where is your purple skinned thrall?
Your what?
Purple skinned thrall. That's how I'm describing Sigvald.
Oh.
Is he not purple skin? Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that was an appropriate description for the dragon.
It was just weird. Camilla looks towards you. Is that another name for servant? No matter. I
Yes, it is.
don't know. Where's half my tent?
We also don't know. Probably it's the same place he is. Oh shit, then. Which way was the tent torn? Shall we look in one of these directions? Are there any trees rustled that way?
Looking towards the area. Everyone's probably awake at this point. Yulo got woken up more than likely. Rhea would have probably woken her up. The other team like groups together with you guys to make sure no one else disappears. I'm gonna see if any of them disappeared. I'll make theirs 50-50. One of them disappeared.
Okay, so it's not just us.
Jemmy and Finder side-eyeing each other for
Another Valkyrie
consequences
comes
that
in.
they caused but didn't feel.
Another Valkyrie comes in. Guys, Hank is gone.
Not Hank.
Hank was the guy helping you out, Finder.
No,
One
he
of
sold
ours is
propane and
missing
propane
too.
accessories.
One of ours is missing too. Sigvald.
It's problematic, but we can't exactly move around in the forest. We can quite literally run into something far worse. I say we keep watch over the forest and hope Sigvald can return. We'll give him a few... Go on.
At this moment, I think it would be better if we keep watch together instead of splitting our forces. Let someone else may be spirited away.
Agreed. We are still low on energy. We still have, for the most part, those that are more long rest types. I don't know how to say it in non-mechanic terms. Still have 2 hours to rest.
And, they were wounded and they've been through a big trial. They need sleep, so they're exhausted.
You can just say, they're quote unquote exhausted or still need rest.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys yourself still need like 1 hour.
Yeah, and we like barely hung on to them.
Okay.
But yes, for the rest of the group, they for sure need it. We'll give Sigvald an hour. Afterwards, we will describe, inquire what to do next. Speaking of inquiry,
where are you at, Molly Mott?
Sigvald, you do not know where you're at. You find darkness all around you. There is nothingness. There's no branches or leaves. There's no individual around you. There's no Camilla. There's no Finder, Finn, Jemmy, Win, and that one lady that is joining you from Section 5, whatever her name was. Not important. Co-worker.
What's her face? The one with the face.
The one with the face.
What do you do while you literally wake up in darkness? With half a tent like ripped to the side of you.
Well, first I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make a light for 6 seconds. Then it's gone again. What do I see those 6 seconds?
In 6 seconds, you do see this. For those of you that have eye phobias, turn like away for like 10
If
seconds.
you're epileptic, he's gonna flash, is what you're saying?
No, like literal eye phobias, like more than the normal amount of eyes. It'd probably be
Oh, okay.
creepy.
Ooh.
Ah,
Oh, that's not so bad.
okay. Well,
Kinky.
now I have a target for that. I see. I have seen it. So the link has been made.
What could go
I
wrong
will-
with communicating with that?
Like this is everywhere. I just showed you like a glimpse of it.
Ah, hello there.
And as you say hello there, you immediately get barraged with a whole bunch of consciousness, as if more than one mind is melded together. Roll a con save.
Okay. But
Nice.
Nice. You feel like your own body is about to give way to the sheer impact of the minds all around you, but you are strong enough to brace your own mind and shield it from this bombardment. You focus in roughly on one mind, since all of them, or at least one voice, as all of them are more or less saying the same thing. But for thematical purposes, it feels as if one voice is repeating itself 1,000-fold.
okay.
This entity in the shadow does state, gather, 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 gather.
Gather what?
Souls. Souls, 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 souls.
How?
Through the phantoms.
Phantoms. Interesting.
Making deals with Eldritch Horrors? Sorry.
Well, first I'll have to learn how to communicate with it. Good. Can you teach me? Show me.
It's not saying this in reference to you, but it does state, Master, 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 Master.
Where is Master?
Home.
Where is home?
Back, 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 back.
How do I get there?
He then repeats the word master over and over again.
Do I? Well, fuck it. I'm gonna pull out a torch that is somewhere in the tent. I'm gonna light it.
Half
Eyeballs
a torch cut
everywhere.
cut vertically.
Is there like a tunnel or?
It's as if the darkness itself is made out of onyx. Eyeballs are protruding out of it, looking around, wandering. There is no current wall structure around you. I believe torches like go for 20 feet and then another 20 feet in dim light. There's currently no wall structures around you.
Just remember that I have 120 feet of dark vision as well.
Yeah.
Well, then why did you?
Because apparently I could not see without it.
Yes, this is technically magical darkness, but whatever. So you're not wrong, Simgold.
All right.
Uh, peering through the darkness, you can tell that your sight only goes so far. Whatever this is, it is not normal darkness. It is something else.
It is the extra darkness.
It is the extra darkness, the rude kind that GMs do.
Darkness plus.
You can tell that this thing, whatever it is, has a simplistic mind. Not to say it can't do complicated things, just it can't respond with complicated structures of a sentence. Poor sentence there. Neither can I. Anyways,
It has poor language skills.
poor language skills.
People skills.
I mean, it's talkative. It will communicate with you. It just won't be the one that does the communicating. But it is not. It is not complex. You can definitely try to do something. You just have to figure it out. I can give you a hint if you want to roll insight, or you can just figure it out yourself.
So basically, there are no walls. I can go in any direction that I please. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm confused inside of this.
It's 10.
15 isn't bad.
Easy.
This thing is responding towards you as you wander, let's say left, right, up, or down. Which way do you go? If any.
The correct direction, preferably.
So you don't want to get lost, and how you try not to get lost in a forest is stay in place while people try to find you. So you stay in place. Think about everything that has happened. Think about just appearing here out of nowhere. This is something not normal, but this isn't also magical. This is something that was caused by an entity that this creature called its master. It is communicating with you, and it has to be given orders by what it sounds like, which means that the master can communicate with it. Based off of everything I've already told you, it doesn't do the communicating normally, but it can if that's a directive it was given. Not to say it will do everything you ask it, but things that won't go against its master's orders could be an option.
Okay. I will telepathically communicate with it again. I would like to speak with your master.
Roll
Did you just do the
persuasion.
Karen thing? I want to speak to your
Persuasion.
manager.
I want to speak with your manager. Do I have anything for this? Please say I have something for this. Because if there's one thing as good as my my insight is my persuasion.
Roll that flat dice.
I know that negative dice.
Oh no, you got 2 negatives? Sigma. You better be stacked in the other stats.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, this thing isn't smart. It's not to say you won't speak with the entity that it considers its master. It just means that it might not be in your benefit.
That's fine.
Okay.
I am lost.
That is true.
All those who wander are lost.
As you're wondering about, some time does pass. Not decades, but several minutes. And soon enough, something does emerge from the darkness.
What's up, Dante?
Hello, Mr. Cavill.
How's that Inferno?
Boo. An entity with pale skin, silver-locked hair, if not stark white, dark robes with accented gold marks, and a ruby pendant. I think that's a pendant. I'm gonna say necklace.
Pendant,
cool.
necklace.
Does appear. You can tell that they're not physically here. This is more of an image. This is more of a mechanical terms. Greater image.
Ah,
Uh,
the greater image of the elder entity. Hmm.
more of the D&D spell, which
He
means
does not grace you with his presence.
it's more like it's busy. Anyways, the entity does emerge out of the darkness, and it does state towards you. I take it you are the one that has been captured, and summoned me here, I suppose is the best terms.
It was more of a request. But yes, it seems that I am this prisoner.
Were you not keeping watch?
I was actually asleep, believing that my friends would do their part.
We didn't understand the assignment.
This entity does state, regardless of your inability to do the simple job of keeping watch, or the inability of your companions to do the same, you are now here, and in this land there is no going back without a price.
Yes, paying a price for freedom. Why is it always so? How can I oblige your magnificence?
Look at these two smug avatars.
The entity does state, there is no need for formality. I already know where you hail from. You, Camilla, and your former master, given the same name. No need for civility here. I am from the Shadowfell, a place far grayer than most. You've come across this land of your own behest, but now ye have gone even deeper into the shadows, into my domain. I do not need you here, but you can be used properly. I would like you to deliver this pendant to your benefactor. Benefactor probably being your boss. In a discreet
Okay.
manner. No one to know.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do this. And I'll let you back to where your team lies.
Anything else? I murdered the snake bastard that was supposed to watch. Take a pet somewhere.
But you
But
didn't
still.
wake up. Oh, man.
No. I am not so evil. I would call you to draw blood. But I am not so good that I let you go for free.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, I will take this amulet. Give
Mm.
it. More.
Again, no one is to know. If someone does find the pendant, if someone does figure this out, you will be called upon not by words back here, but by the spilling of your blood.
Hmm.
You take
Sounds
care.
fair. I would like to look at the amulet to see, like, does it look strange?
You hold on to the amulet, and in itself, yeah, that's its proper structure. In itself, you do see a symbol on it, and it's not one you've seen before. It is not a magical symbol. It is not one of a guild, of a city. It is uniquely cryptic. Go ahead and roll history.
Okay. Yeah. I'm supposed to be good at this.
Ooh.
It is
5.
something you've seen before, or at least something similar to something you've seen before. It is just not in your mind right now. This is more of, I need to get out of here. I'm not fully focusing on something.
Yeah. Question. Well, if I would put it with the rest of my necklaces, would it stick out like a sore thumb?
Have you
No.
got like a Mr. T assortment of necklaces?
Yes.
I would say no, because no one in your group has ever mentioned the way you dress or like how many necklaces you have. It's just like a standard practice of you already having these things. It would blend in quite well.
Yeah.
Smash cut
So-
to Win being like, I like that. Is that new?
Yeah. I am just gonna put it on with all the rest, and then sure, send me back to my friends.
Right. Do be careful out
Best
there.
place to hide something is in plain sight. Am I correct?
Not wrong. Again, do be careful out there. The land is filled with danger, and some of it you might not even remember. And others,
Yes.
well,
No.
let's just say it won't allow others to remember you.
Yeah, seems fair.
I love the
So-
fade to black. No chance for rebuttal. Get the fuck out of here.
Some time does pass, roughly around the rest of your long rest. Before you guys get a chance to communicate what is to be done, you like gather up. Rhea does state, "All right, it's been a few hours. We need to discuss." And Sigwell begins to like move towards you guys out of the forest.
That was
Can't be
very
concerned about- No, go ahead. You're probably going to say something serious.
no. I was gonna say, well, that is very convenient.
Like,
called? I see. We were all just discussing you.
Like Camilla, politely, but it's the kind of rushing, like, "Oh, I was so worried, but like don't want to show it," kind of rushing over towards you.
Like a cat that's excited to see you, but like, no, just because you have the treats
Yeah.
is what I was excited about.
Yes,
Are
of
you
course. No, I am fine. Went into the forests to take a dump.
No, no, you didn't. Are you
What
sure?
happened to my tent?
It's been hours.
Your
It
tent
has
was
been a
ripped in
very
half.
big dump.
Your tent was ripped in half.
Oh,
Apparently, Jemmy and Rhea saw it happen.
They didn't see it happen. It like happened, and they looked behind them.
It
Well-
happened in an instant with them present, though. They would have
well,
shared that.
then I'm happy I was not in my tent. I'm taking a dump.
The sequel's like, would you believe I farted so hard?
So,
I'm
sorry,
definitely
what?
gonna.
Negative deception. Just being great.
Definitely going to look
Oh, wait.
Sigvald over for injury. One question I do have is I'm not going to try and ask for a roll on this, but would my passive perception notice anything different about him?
You know his structure, like his form, his like very presence is different. His weight is shifted differently. Like nothing blatantly stares out. Like he does have like a nice V-neck cut shirt, but like his jewelry like dangles in between the shirt, sometimes out. It's
How's
definitely
Sigvald
ruffled.
gonna look any more sinister?
It feels as if he's like defensively standing, but doesn't seem to be hurt or injured.
So what exactly happened to you?
As I said before, I walked into the forest and I took it up. That is all I'm going to say.
Wait, you know that was quite dumb to do.
4-year-olds give more credible lies than that.
You know we go in pairs.
That was
But
just perfect.
you know the dangers of this whole entire place.
Like this doesn't feel right. This doesn't sound right. You didn't even need to roll. It
Yeah.
feels weird.
I
However,
got a natural 20. He rolled a natural 1.
yeah, I also didn't call for that, but I'm gonna allow it to happen. It still feels
How-
weird regardless.
Sigvald is over here like I cannot tell a lie.
Well, let Dogma continue.
It feels weird regardless. This is something out of place, out of the ordinary. Finn, you can definitely tell that. So can the rest of you. Something is up. By the way it feels, Finn, he is selectively using words to not talk about it. Either something has happened that he may not be able to talk about, or he did take a dump, but also other things happened that he cannot talk about.
You think perhaps he has been enchanted by Fae? Should I try and detect magic on him?
There's.
Good idea.
I don't think it's Fae. The things here are completely different, darker, more sinister in nature.
So we should still detect the magic, or I'm going
well,
to. Can we spare 10 minutes while I detect magic?
Well, whilst they're talking about that, I'm going to make direct eye contact with Sigvald. And I'm going to telepathically talk to him and say, "Are you sure there's nothing going on?" And with his response, I'm going to do my best to feel if it feels the same as it did before the first time I telepathically talked to him.
The only thing you're hearing back is a very loud screeching sound.
So you didn't even answer. It's just, "Are you sure?" And then just, "Ah!" Mad screaming in your mind.
Internet connection
I'm
noise.
screaming in your mind, yes.
All right.
Sigvald, I've got a bit of a question for you. A little off the subject. You remember the mercenaries we had a fight with the other day, correct?
Yes, vaguely.
Do you remember which one of them was the one we had met before?
You say the correct answer.
I say the correct answer.
I almost
Finn
feel trolly.
turns-
Is that literally what he says, or does he actually give me Tom's name?
He probably does give you Tom's name. Sigvald hasn't been here for a while, so I assumed he just didn't remember.
Man,
Alright,
even I
fair
wouldn't have
enough.
remembered.
Speaking of not Tom, but a casual name, Hank does eventually come out after 30 minutes of interrogation, allowing Finder to roll Detect Magic. I think that's the spell you were looking for.
Yep.
There is magic all around you, all encompassing. You get pings from Sigvald, Camilla, Rhea, yourself, Jemmy, Finn, Win, Eula.
Sure. But I know that Sigvald has one or two magic items. I want to see if he has like an aura about him, like he's been enchanted by a fey creature. Is what Finder's line of thinking is. Like he's been pooping too long.
Yeah.
I think he went out there to poop and he got enchanted.
Creative, like the idea, so I'm going to allow it to happen. There is no aura around him that would indicate something has magically possessed him in any way.
Mm-hmm. So I just see like his one.
Him specifically. As.
But I do see like he's got a magic, like a weapon. He's got a magic whatever. Do I see the neck
on him?
Do I happen to see the necklace as magic? Is it magic?
Like 3 or 2 of the necklaces are magically enchanted.
Sounds fair.
And some enchantments are like just to make it look good. Some of them are like to keep it clean. It blends in too well.
Sure.
Telepathically, I shoot to win real quick. There is definitely something wrong with Sigvald. I don't know what, but there is something definitely wrong with him.
As you say that, Hank does come out. You guys know Hank. Finder, you spoke with Hank. He was trying to make a polite conversation with you. It didn't take.
He handles a Pegasus with proficiency. He kept me alive. I like Hank.
Hank does come out, and with your, I think it lasts 10 minutes or like a minute.
It's more than a minute, that's for sure.
Cool. You do see an aura completely around Hank as he walks out of the forest. He does state, "Oh, there you guys are. Man, I was taking a huge dump back there."
Hey, Bea, just out of curiosity, do your Valkyries normally have like enchantment auras around them?
Not the trainees.
Okay, so Hank does.
What are you guys talking about? It's me, Hank. You know Hank.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't even know what accent I'm going for now. What school of magic is it? May I inquire?
It is. I don't.
Enchantment.
I'm gonna say enchantment because I don't technically know. It's a thing possessing the body. I'm gonna say enchantment.
Okay.
Come on, Dogma. Anytime there's doubt what kind of magic it is, just call it evocation. That is what the Wizard of the Coast does.
It's evocation.
So, Rhea, I'm thinking perhaps there's like a skin suit situation happening right now.
The other aura, his original aura, probably is still there. It's just another one is over encompassing it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I'm not sure this is Hank. Or it might be Hank's body, but beyond that. Maybe ask him a few questions about his background?
Right. Hank, how long have you been training? Normal amount of time. That's true, but how long specifically? I mean, we're in the Shadowfell. I don't exactly remember it clearly, like based off of this time and our normal time. How do you know the name of the land? That is not given to you recruits. Wow. Can't believe I fell for that one. No matter. Looks towards the team.
Don't feel too bad. We did to look away saying it feels so stupid.
Fair enough. Well then, guess the jig is up. Thanks for letting me here, Sigvald. Good way of getting yourself out of that pickle, but no matter.
Wait, do you two know each other?
How I got him out of here. Price to pay.
You cannot stay.
At any rate, I have a few questions, but not necessarily things that need to be answered. I've already contracted Sigvald to bring himself out here in exchange for my own services. Now that he's back with you, a few questions of my own, if you will. Don't worry, this body is still alive. In case you're wondering.
There was a question. Hank was an okay individual. I wouldn't speak at his funeral, but if I had to, I'd say he was a good horseman. Valkyrie?
Yeah, pretty decent, honestly.
Me?
Good guy. The entity does state, you are in my land, and yet you do not pay respect. Why is that? Any one of you can answer. Preferably one of you.
Unknowing.
Yes, I think the best we can do is plead ignorance. We are strangers in a foreign land and can only apologize if we have made offense.
Hmm.
What
I
we
suppose
do
that's fair enough. From what I can tell, you all derive from the material plane. Tell me now, where do you hail from? City specifically.
You already know.
Maybe, but I would rather hear it from one of you.
Where we were born or where we came from to be together to come here.
The latter.
See no reason to lie. What shit? What is the
Haven.
city we're Haven?
Yeah.
We come from the lands of Haven.
Oh. One of the strings of the woven web that have been broken. Sounds about right. Very few places can still house life there. Any
Is an
reason?
oasis in the desert. This is why we have come traveling through your lands, is to find a way that we might escape that isolation.
Hmm. I take it you've gone through Auckland then. The land on the water. Or the city in the water, rather.
Briefly, I think it was hostile, but we did not journey ourselves, but were guests of the Valkyrie on that ride.
Yeah, you've never heard of the city, but you could like
Yeah, I
infer
figured
that weird
yeah,
city you went through.
Aquan,
Mm-hmm.
on the water. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, like you can infer like that city is the city you went through. The entity does state. That does answer the questions of how you came here. Traveling through the threads back to the place they call home. Tell me now, why is one of your strings foreign?
I am surprised to hear that all of our strings are not foreign in this place. But
The magical weave blends into many locations, even here in the Shadowfell. But
I think-
not
Finder's eyes flick to Finn, but I don't know if I want to out him.
to another
Yeah.
world.
I am still just listening, letting everybody else say their piece first.
Like, he already knows who it probably is, but from what it sounds like, it is asking, how did you get here?
It's not my story to tell. Go on.
if you're asking me specifically how I came to be here, I really don't know. I was at the temple in Eberron and went out on a small errand and literally just fell through a hole in the ground and landed in Haven.
You went through a tear, which means they're doing it again. And
Was this
the
done on purpose?
tears can happen. But if you landed in the cities, within a place that the weave has already been ripped and broken, that would need to be purposeful. Which means something in your land has rotted yet again, and it might fully break the strings that have left themselves, that are left. That is good enough information. And something you all need to be wary of. If someone is trying to rip the magical weave yet again. First time was an accident. Can't say for certain the second time is an accident still. My questions have been answered. I thank you. And Sigvald, thank you for your service in bringing me here.
Can I roll a perception on this guy? Is he alive or dead or something in between?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll.
And perception. That is perception, right? It wouldn't be anything more like insight?
It could be insight.
Okay. It's still not great.
It feels like an entity that should be dead. It speaks, it can blend in, it can take over a body. If it's not an undead creature, it is a very powerful creature. So if you do fight it, don't fight its main body. Fight Hank.
I'm fighting.
That being said,
Love
though,
that.
it does feel undead.
And so I wonder about Finder and his sin eating and whether or not you could do that for a creature that's between the veil. Because he's supposed to do it for dying people, but they're not dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask. Why not? Screw it. I have a question for you, Zen, if I may.
Speak.
Would you consent that I eat your sin? He kind of like rolls up his sleeves and shows the tattoos, and there's a lot of probably ritual tattoos associated with being a sin eater.
Oh, you are one of those. They like begin to draw a crooked smile on their face. Yes, you can. But I take it you do not want to be here forever. Unless you like this sort of place.
It is my lot in life to wander and eat the sin of all that consent. That one day my soul will be in turn by my God.
I suggest you don't consume a Lord of Shadow until you decide your place of residence.
It's I'm not hearing a no. No.
It is your choice to make, but one you should not make lightly. I have already, even bigger, wider grin, given my consent.
You seem to think that it will kill me.
No. And that'll be the problem for you to understand.
Mark me then, that I can come and take your sin at the time of my choosing.
It doesn't work that way for me.
Pardon?
He's saying, no, I'm not going to give you another choice. You either do it now or not.
What's the worst that could happen? Let's go.
Are you sure, man?
I don't know. I don't want to lose the character, but you give me something really fucking cool to do. Ugh. I hate when the DM says that.
Yeah, DM, stop throwing cool shit at us.
I'm going to level with you. If you do consume his soul, well, his
It's not his
sins,
soul.
his sins, specifically his sins, that is the
Mhm.
main issue here.
Mm-hmm.
There are a
Something-
lot of them.
Will happen, but you are going to lose your character.
Okay, I don't want to lose my character. I was okay with like bad things happening or like curses, but I don't want to lose my character.
No,
If
like,
that's too
Let me
much
guess.
mitigating.
like,
It's like, let me guess, he becomes the new lord of this land,
yeah, like,
and he'll have to be basically anchored here.
yeah, he'll be bound here. Like, buyer beware, Shadowfell, blah 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 blah. If the Lord of Shadow is the Lord within the current realm they exist in, there are various other realms. If you become
Right.
the Lord of of Shadow within that realm, you are bound to that realm. It becomes your own cage you can toy with, and
Okay.
it will in turn toy with you.
Kind of like,
Well, that's pretty antithetical to what I just said about Finder's soul eventually having to be consumed by his own god. So that obviously goes against it. So if he gets an inkling of he'll be trapped here forever, he can't do it.
Yeah, that's why he kept saying.
now the other question, and I'm metagaming now, is don't all the sins you eat make your god more powerful? Wouldn't he be able to get anywhere to get you?
Only once I die. I'm putting all that shit into myself so that I'm a nice yummy pill of horrific anger and power when I die.
Ah,
hmm Like, specifically, the Lords of Shadow are bound to their realm based off of their
Mhm.
sins, which is why,
Yeah.
like, Strahd is the way he is in The Curse of Strahd.
okay.
I thought I'd just be like a fucking hunchback after this, but I don't want him to.
No, you
He's like, hey
straight up.
guys, come back
bound.
into the Shadowfell.
Right, going back into the game. Crooked Smile. You may try, but again, if that is what you seek, then be prepared to have residency here.
I'm afraid it is my fate to wander until the day I die. I cannot be bound. I apologize for failing you in this.
Pity. One of the few ways I can escape this. No matter. He was going to say something else, but then he just sighs and says, no matter. I'll find another way. Till we meet again. And we will meet again, Mr. Finder. As we have met before. You and your mother. As a weird wisp of shadow comes off of Hank and seeps in back into the forest. Hank, like, blinks for a second, looks towards you guys. Where am I?
Very squinty eyes at that mist.
Is something all right, Mr. Finder? You did tell me to stop talking to you after the trip.
I think, Hank, maybe there has been a lot that you missed.
I just remember standing with the rest of the group, and immediately, like, the rest of the group, like, goes around him, like, going, Hank, you all right? One of the other Valkyries is, like, super into him. His name is Paul. It's kind of a adorable, cute couple thing. Doesn't matter. Like, hugs and embrace. Like, he goes back with his group, but he's no longer possessed. Finder, you can tell based off of the identify spell. Not identify.
Detect magic.
Detect magic.
So, Rhea, I would advise he's free of the I don't know what I would consider lords of the realm of this place. He's no longer in the clutches. He's said Sigvald brought him here, which was, I suppose, why you're being cagey. Crazy that someone from Noche would make deals with the devil.
What?
What? Yeah.
What? No, we don't make deals with the devil.
You make deals with
Oh.
demons. It's completely different.
Yeah, like demons and devils have been fighting each other for eons. Come on.
Good to know you've chosen a side. But
Right.
I do also recommend that we get the fuck out of here.
Agreed. Looks towards their team. Men, be prepared. Are you all ready to go?
Once I get Jemmy's saddle already. It's not the best one, but it will work.
Better than the one I offered to take yesterday.
Yesterday, no one was very excited about these, and then they came in very handy. So,
Well, I actually did want one, but I figured it was better to let everybody who wanted one take one, and there weren't any leftovers. I'm definitely regretting that decision.
yes, the altruism is very rare in a celebrity. You must be quite proud. Anyway, I'll hook it up, and then let's go.
Okay. Hooking it up, setting it up. You guys begin to wander once more.
You good, Gary?
What?
What was his name?
Hank.
Hank. Why did I call him Gary?
I don't know. Which is why I said what. Gary is the other driver. I'm gonna say he's Finn's rider.
Was
yes.
that the one that liked Hank, or was that just anyway?
No, the one that
Win,
liked
do you
Hank
mind?
was Paul.
Oh man.
Win,
These
do you mind if
guys-
I keep this as a comfort animal for the time being?
Sure.
The despairs.
I also like that all these Valkyries are like named like plumbers now.
I'm really happy you like our little friend, Gimme.
It's a cute little creature.
Speak with
I like
plants
it
is
very
very
much.
useful for only children. No.
That and attractive elves. That definitely do it.
I always
That
had,
growing up, that's not a good. Anyway.
I don't know, I just always had mom and dad, and if not, I always felt a special connection to the plants that we have. And later on, I Felt a more special connection with animals and creatures, and well, seeing what my parents can do and what they can call forth is
All
and
these creatures are special indeed. Dare I say they're quite enchanting.
I sort of love the idea of a child that's brought up by herbalists that are doing their best to teach when, like, plants are amazing and the natural world is wonderful. And then at a certain age, you're just like, Mom and Dad, puppies are amazing. Have you not seen them? And just spent the rest of your life being like, little fluffy things. Why are we focusing on plants?
well, it's like Wynn still loves plants, but she also loves, animals. Same thing with her parents.
Hmm.
Yeah, but the crabgrass keeps asking for consent, please.
uh,
Makes
regardless
it,
of
it
that,
makes it hard to prune when you can speak
The
with
main
plants.
thing is that they ask for consent.
hmm uh,
Oh my god, can you imagine trying to talk a bonsai tree into consenting to any?
more or less is like a haircut. Best case scenario. Best case scenario.
Yeah, well, it's actually healthy for plants to get trimmed and pruned.
Yeah.
To an extent, yes.
To an extent. That's why I'm saying best case scenario. Anyways, all prepared, getting up. Rhea looks towards her team, looks towards you guys. All right. This lexic stretch of the leg will be the hardest. We only have to go through 3 things, but they are the most difficult. But it is also the shortest route. Well, shortest day.
Can we get a quick refresher on what the straps do?
Yeah. The strats, depending on what you guys go through, will give you either advantages on your checks or give you a bonus to them. If you have none of them, which unfortunately all of you do, unfortunately for me, you will be at disadvantage on certain things.
Planning, self high five.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a self high five. Here you go.
Beforehand, you guys were more or less in a typhoon windstorm. Some of you guys almost fell. Jemmy almost fell. But succeeded. You went.
I still have this uncomfortable relationship with gravity.
True. You then went through, more or less, I can describe it as a magical force field cage system, and that almost knocked you out, but thankfully enough, it didn't. And if you did or would have been, you would have given disadvantage on a potential fall off check. If you do fall off while traveling, you will be just thrown out into a different place, location, and time. You need to think about the place that you want to go. If it's too far away, there is a chance it might rebuff you and send you completely in a different direction. Say, for example, Finn going back to Eberron. That's a completely different plane of existence. It's not another world. It's way further. Well, it is a different world, but it's like way further than a city you guys know.
I love how we could have like written the report for this probably like a few jumps ago and just been like not feasible whatsoever, like completely not a way to expand the city whatsoever. This is an insane risk.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're in it, we're just like, well, we can't go back. We're on the ride.
Literally can't. Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, though, she does state, all right, everyone ready?
No.
We'll pretend I am.
Oh, right. Sigwald doesn't have a harness,
It's-
and they were just getting clawed before.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they had
What?
you in the talents instead of riding, because
No,
you weren't.
I think
You
you had
weren't there to
enough.
say anything about it.
I think I gave either Eula or Sigvald a harness. I'm gonna say Sigvald has a harness. Yulita doesn't. And you didn't roll high enough to make 2. I'm not gonna worry about NPCs unless someone else fails. So this is on you guys.
As we're getting ready, Finn would like to.
That would be
throw-
funny. Sorry, just being like dunking the one NPC, just being like, someone dies. Fucking NPC.
So Eula's the one who doesn't have one?
Yeah, let's just say that. Finn, you were saying?
Just as we're getting ready to leave, Finn wants to throw one more telepathic talk at Sigvald. Just quietly ask, now that strange entity is gone, how are you feeling? And I'm getting ready for either screaming or having to make an insight check, or if he responds.
I cannot say.
But it's not just screaming in my mind anymore. You literally just say you
Nope.
cannot say.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll trust you
This-
for now, but
Is that a laser from a sniper rifle on your head? I couldn't mention it. No, not at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a
Well,
very
it's better than
brightly
the
colored
screaming.
birthmark.
Never seen such a thing.
it's
Well-
better than screaming, and leads me to believe he's not mind controlled.
Yeah.
But he's
I am-
got something.
I am going to very reluctantly go over to Eula and say, I couldn't help but notice you don't
You're
have
the
a
worst
saddle.
celebrity. You're supposed to be a celebrity. Anyway,
A bit
Um,
devish.
I had this one made for me, but if you'd like, I'm willing to offer it to you.
Thank you, but it's quite alright. I am very dexterous and I have a good constitution. In fact, some might say I have expertise in acrobatics. And others might say my stomach is very hardy.
I'd love for you to be offering her this harness, and it's like clearly built for your body type, which is nothing like hers. And you're like,
Are you,
oh.
are you quite certain?
Yes, but thank you.
Okay, I walk off like visibly sigh of relief.
Buyer beware. If you guys did turn against Eula, she is like a level or 2. I don't have her character sheet open up. She's like has good stats, not like incredible godly stats, but probably has like a higher buff than you guys in Dex.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
I
we
think
would've bodied
5
her.
on 1 we could have taken her. Oh, you're talking about for.
We could have bodied her.
Oh yeah, as a team for sure. But like 1-on-1, she would put up a decent
Yeah.
fight.
Oh, she was holding her own okay with the mercenaries.
Yeah.
So we're about to take off.
Just
So
throwing it.
same writing partners?
I'm
Is
not
is
going
Hank
back
okay?
into this claw.
Sure.
I go up to Rhea.
Politely gestures her hand down. The other riders also gestures their hands down. Sivold. I don't know if you're riding on Camilla's back or on talons being carried. I'll leave that up to your own
I'll take-
imagination.
Fuck it, I'll
Can
take the
I,
talents. Camilla does not. Camilla is not a pack animal.
hmm
And
I
not
wanna
only that,
give,
she's holding on to you pretty tight. That's kind of like a harness.
And if it's the talons, I can, easily just get a rope and put it under your arms.
Yeah,
That's a little bit extra.
I want to give Rhea's Pegasus a good rub down before we take off.
Yeah, you definitely like pat it. Everyone else also rolled well with their handle animal checks prior hand, so you don't need to roll again. When you get one extra feather as you're like combing, brushing, taking care of it, you then head out into the sky, and immediately the storm clouds begin to come once again, covering you guys. And then you begin to ride. You do not know how you're traveling, but you were given note of how you were traveling by the strange entity, whether or not you believed it, on how you're moving, on what you're moving through.
Which particular strange entity? Did I miss something?
The weird guy that was encompassing Hank's body.
Oh, I must have missed that one.
He
Any
did it a couple
Alderaan.
times. Doesn't matter. Not important.
I was concerned about eating his soul.
That's
Okay.
true. Cloud storm. You guys are in it and then moving and going through. As soon as that happens, she does. Raya does state, "All right then. The first thing we're going to encounter is a ripple in the very foundation of time itself. Don't worry about it. It's going to hurt unless you're prepared for it. Right now, we just need to get out of here. I do not know what's going on back there."
I'm gonna cinch my super straps really tight and cast heroics on Hank, because I remember his name.
This will be a con save.
Heroics.
Those of you with belts, which is every PC now, will have it at a base stat. It will not be at disadvantage because you were warned prior hand. You will now then gain advantage. So base stat thanks to Finder's belt and advantage thanks to Raya's timely warning. Everyone go ahead and roll con.
So we do not get disadvantage, and everybody gets advantage. Sorry.
At the very end of that sentence, everyone gets advantage. You.
I'm listening real hard.
I
Uh,
never do good with the con.
15. We're level 4. 15.
Your worst roll was better than my better roll.
Yeah, again, you guys aren't extremely close to each other, but I'm going to say like everyone's around 30 feet from each other. Finn, is the 2 to you?
Yeah, it has to be because it's touch.
You guys begin to soar through. DC to beat is 15, so some of you did do it. Some of you did not. Jemmy and Wen, the very rippling of getting through here just compacts into you. Wave after wave of just energy begins to bombard you. Most of you do hold on and don't take anything.
Jimmy's over here like, your straps are shit.
Wen and Jemmy, you guys do sustain 3d10 points of force damage.
One of Jemmy's snap,
Oh,
grab snap.
I would like to make a reaction if I could.
What's the range on the reaction thing? And sure.
30 feet.
So,
1 psionic die, whatever that is.
And that would be 1d6 plus my intelligence. So 1d6 plus 3. That's not a lot of help, but I can take a little bit of damage away from Win.
Ooh.
One.
Plus the
Oh,
intelligence.
4. Yeah, that's 4 points total.
cool. 1, 2. When you take 7 and Jemmy, you take 11. Now, as you rip through it, you are dazed. Jemmy and Win, you both need to roll dexterity saving throws to not fall off. You will have disadvantage because you failed, but you will gain advantage because of the belts. So it's a flat roll. Finder, Sigvald, you guys succeeded. So did you, Finn. So there's no check for you two. 3. Who am I excluding there?
Oh.
Shit.
I need to do something else real quick here.
Natty 1.
Bombarded off of this thing. You are wave dazed and you begin to fall. Rhea is a rider, so she will have a reactional thing to try to hold on to you. I'm gonna say she gets advantage just because of the belt that is like keeping your body on, but not
You're like
completely.
she's caught by the ankle.
Mm-hmm. So Rhea will have a chance with advantage. I'm just going to show you guys her modifier. This is either going to be a strength or acrobatics check. I'm going to go with strength because she's stronger in that.
Go barrel roll.
14 and 16. Nice. DC to beat was 15, so she barely got it. Grabbing onto you, she just pulls you back on. When go ahead and quickly make a dexterity saving throw to try to fasten the belt back onto you as quickly as possible. Nice. 11 will do it because it's just the belt. It's not that hard. It was a 10.
I designed it with easy clip-ons.
Back on, you are fine, but very dangerous there. As you travel through, Rhea does state, you all right?
Yeah, thanks for the save.
No problem. All right, next thing. You know what? We're just trying to get through this. No one needs to die here. Looks back to her own team. You guys are lucky. We need to get these guys safely out of here or else my brother's gonna kill me. Merely states, all right, the next thing will be a weird energy array that will maybe kill us if we're not too careful. It's like the weird force field thing the other city had, but it's a lot more deadly. You will need to be very dexterous in this one. Avoid each of the fields. Everyone ready? You will need to roll an acrobatics check for this.
I would like to cast some enhance ability on myself.
Do I get a bonus because Hank feels... Is it Hank or Hank? I don't care. I want to use them interchangeably. He feels like
Hank.
fucking Achilles right now because he's full of heroism.
It is Hank. And yes, you would. When enhance ability...
I'm
Yeah,
thinking of maybe doing the same thing. Cat's grace.
Oh my god, yes.
And
So dexterity check or save?
I will say acrobatics will be...
Or sorry, acrobatics.
if you do enhance ability when, you for sure can do Cat's Grace and that'll give you advantage. Because I like the idea.
Cool.
And I'm doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is acrobatics?
Correct.
and Finn,
No!
Win, and Jemmy are the only two that have advantage on this, or does everybody?
You can tell me how you have advantage.
I was just asking. I don't know how I could have. Oh, I'm just throwing it out there. Everybody, we were rather inspired recently, just in case.
Does inspiration work if you already had advantage? I don't think so.
You can re-roll it.
I'll fucking reroll that one.
You all have it.
I'll roll.
Inspiration.
I'll use my
So
inspo.
is it-
So
so
when we re-roll that, do we use
The entire thing. choose which one.
advantage? Or do we just roll one dice?
Re-roll the entire array.
Okay.
And I believe I was left a little unclear. Do I have advantage on this one?
No.
Okay.
15. It's better than 2 4s.
Unless you did
17,
something
I'm happy.
nice. Finn, unless you did something like Win or Finder or Jemmy, you really wouldn't.
Nope. All right. In that case, I'm just gonna have may the Core Eye guide me, and I'd like to have an action grab in case anybody falls off. I can try and grab them.
Okay.
But 18.
Oh.
Nice.
Hey, 18 plus 4 is better than, well, natural 20 up here, Sigvald.
Mm.
Which is hilarious because he's the one being carried. So he's
You
not
say
right.
that, but I don't
He doesn't
roll in
have
that 20
advantage.
because I turned advantage. I rolled a 9.
Oh, you didn't have advantage? Oh no.
You can use
No,
your
I-
inspiration to re-roll if you'd like.
Actually, this is a check instead of a save. Am I able to use guidance on myself as well?
Okay.
that-
Fuck it. Acrobatic. 19.
Okay, cool. Jemmy, sure. I already allowed Finn to do it.
Let's see. Okay, 16. Yeah, that's probably not enough, but that's better than the
Cool.
first number.
As you waft through, you see more or less beams begin to appear within the veil of the storm. You move, duck, weave. The 5Ds of dodgeball. Don't remember them. I'm just gonna say that joke anyways.
Dodge,
Dodge.
duck. Sorry.
Don't.
Do it. No.
Moving through the array, you begin to weave fast enough. Many of you almost get immediately clipped, while others of you just survive. Jemmy, the DC to beat for this was 15, so you just did it with your +2. And everyone else, thanks to inspiration, also survived.
Thank you for. I didn't know you could use that when you already had finished. That's great. Thank you.
Going through and barrel rolling, if any of you did get hit by those beams, I am straight up going to tell you that does instantly 25 points of damage.
That's bloody damage.
It's a
right
specific
there.
it's a specific type of damage, so you might be resistant to it, but that's still gonna hurt.
What type of damage? What?
I don't have to
Probably
tell you if
four.
you didn't take it.
I'd bet force.
That
No,
was
it's
a
not
reduced
force.
below 0
it's not
type of
force,
damage.
It's an
Yes.
elemental point of damage,
Okay.
but I don't have to tell you unless you take it.
I wonder if the background has anything to do with what kind of elemental damage it is.
Might be.
Maybe.
Anyways, as you go through this weird beam array of lights, Ray does state, all right then, we're going to dive immediately, and we're just going to need to beat this closing of a door. It is very dangerous. You need to be exactly on time. The horses are trained for this. The people, not necessarily. So you need to be prepared. And if you do get bodied by this, you need to be prepared to hold on tightly. Either way, this is a strength-based check. You can either roll athletics or a strength saving throw.
Oh my gosh.
One thing. Hold on for a minute. A second. I think I can do something.
A strength save.
Okay. Okay. I think. Can I, as we approach closer to the rift door, whatever,
What?
I want to throw down my bear spirits totem.
Oh, so you like throw it at the door so it like spawns on the door itself or like on the lip of it or something?
Well, since it's a 30-foot stuff, I want to make sure that there's
In range.
a nice
Yeah.
nice
But does it-
range between us coming to it and the entrance of it, just in case. So, but yeah, basically, I'm gonna throw it up.
You're
So
gonna try and yeet it so that we cross through it while it falls?
No, that we cross through the bear totem's protective field in time to go through the door, giving us all bear field protective bonuses as we try and make our last
exactly.
I do love
Exactly.
the idea, and you would be in front because Rhea is, the leader. Creative.
So basically, the bear spirit grants you and your allies its might and endurance. Each creature of your choice in the aura, when the spirit appears, gains temporary hit points equal to 5 plus your druid level. In addition, you and your allies gain advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while in the aura.
Yeah. Checks out.
So I choose us, the Valkyries, and the Pegasi. And of course, Camilla and any other
Yeah.
add-ons we have.
Everybody in the party.
So yeah, I
Invite your
basically
friends.
everybody is empowered by the bear spirit.
Yeah. Rhea dives in first. The other horses follow in afterwards, as well as the riders. You shoot out the bear totem. It ignites, and an aura surrounds it. You're literally beating a door closing. So the horses has to dive immediately fast. You hold on with as much strength as possible. With the bear totem activated, you would gain advantage.
Now that's a fucking support ability.
Yeah.
You threw your ult right into the. That's just a choice.
I
Can I
have
have a
one
ready action
job
just in
here.
case?
Okay, I have one job here, and that's to keep people alive. It's not a great job, but it's a job I do.
Hey,
And
that's
you are
that's
awesome at it.
that is not heal botting. That's some good stuff.
Yeah. I'll take it.
I never once called myself a healer. I am a support unit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so advantage. I don't think there's anything else I can do. Besides
on
that,
athletics,
I'm
right? This is athletics.
or strength checks is what we get.
Yeah.
Is it
So
strength checks or strength base? It's the same for me. So I'm
strength
just
base, so
gonna roll.
either athletics
Strength-
or strength saving throw.
Yeah, it's the
Team
same
Noodle
for me.
Arms roll.
Yep,
Yeah,
Team
I'm
Noodle
gonna go with
Arms.
athletics.
That's the kind of
Team
roll I
Noodle
like.
Arms.
Fuck yeah!
Can I have an action ready?
What is the action?
Maybe not. My telekinesis in case anybody falls, I can still grab them.
Allow.
Thank you.
But it will
So-
be a reactional thing. You will need to beat a DC.
So I fucked that one hard.
Jamie, you were
When I saw that natural 20, look at you.
So, I can
So,
18 for me.
There are a couple of things I want to try. So one is that as we're getting closer,
Oh,
I'm going to
no,
rely
I was
on the
supposed to
check.
be athletics. Sorry.
Better roll?
No, better roll. But yeah, sorry, first time was the wrong thing.
No, someone's about to try and save me, but I gotta use the washroom real quick.
No problem. Jimmy, go.
So I'm going to go ahead and cast guidance to give myself the extra D4 on the athletics check. But also, with there already being advantage, my question is, if I were to go ahead and cast, where is it? Bull Strength, which normally has advantage on strength checks, would this potentially reduce the DC of the check?
No, but I'll give you a +2.
I'll take that. Okay, so I'll cast a spell, I'll take that too. So,
Actually, what
Let's see.
level is that spell?
second level.
Second level.
Yeah, I'll give it a +2.
Alright, so, okay, so I've cast those, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll my d4 preemptively. Ooh, nice, I got a +6 to add to this. Let's go ahead and roll my amazing athletics.
Oh, no.
15. Oh no, 17, sorry.
17 is pretty
Just not
good.
math.
So that is 15, 5, natural 20, 18, oh sorry, 19, and 17.
17 at the end.
DC still a beat is 15. Finder didn't.
Question.
Yes.
Seeing Finder not doing well.
Like he gets hit
Uh,
by a wall and you feel like he's not doing good.
Yeah, since bringing out the totem is only a bonus action, could I summon something as an action? To help?
I will allow it, but you will need to make the DC again.
is Finder taking damage from this roll, or is it just
He
that it looks like
is.
he's getting knocked off?
He is definitely going to
Taking
take damage. Anyone that fails will
Alright.
be taking damage.
Can I try and burn my another side dice to reduce his damage? Whenever that happens.
With that, for sure, but you will be letting go of telekinesis.
Oh no, I better keep telekinesis. It's better to not let them fall.
And again, you will need to do a reactional thing, which is rolling a, I'm going to say dexterity save. You need to hit a number to focus in on Finder before he just moves and potentially falls.
Okay.
And is while I'm falling to my demise,
Potentially.
is Hank feeling particularly heroic?
Yes, but first you are going to take damage. I'm just waiting for you to get it back.
Sounds good. What damage do I take?
2d12 plus 7.
Oh, give it
26.
Yeah, that hurts. I don't like that.
I mean, you got ran into a wall at full speed. It was
Apparently.
gonna hurt.
It did. It does.
Mashing into the wall, like carving into it, you are just bombarded, hit by it. This literally guts into your belt, so it doesn't make it perfect. You can fall now.
I imagine there's a lot of tearing going on. Sure.
Go ahead
Yeah.
and roll for me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, wait.
I'll gladly
Temporary
leave.
hit. 1 second. Remember the endurance part of the bear spirit.
Yeah, 10 HP.
You get temporary HP. I believe it was 5 plus my druid level, which is 4, so 9.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
That gets eaten out first, and then the rest.
So at least there's that little buffer.
Mm-hmm.
And
No, that
I-
helps.
I
I'm not bloodied anymore.
I couldn't shield you because then I would lose telekinesis, and I might have to use that to grab you.
Potentially.
No,
You're
Dude,
probably still gonna have to
keep
do that.
telekinesis. I shielded him.
Finder, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw. You will have advantage because it is tearing, but it hasn't been torn off.
All right. Dexterity save. Advantage. What? Oh no!
It
I
has
am
been
destined.
torn off.
I am
Um,
destined to die in this place.
Hank looks back, looks towards you. Friend, maybe, I don't know, coworker. He will have a
I
chance to
believe in
grab onto
you.
you.
I believe in
Professional
you.
acquaintance.
He has a +4 to this, but DC to beat is 15.
Come on, Hank. I believe in you.
That's a 17.
Yeah.
He quickly grabs onto you, goes, "We're almost there." Pulls
Yeah.
you back up. Roll dexterity saving throw to try to quickly grab onto the belt and tie yourself. Actually, you don't technically need to. This is literally the end goal.
I was gonna say, can I just hold Hank? Oh, so tight.
Yes, paw in the other.
Potential love interest.
No, already with Paul. Finn's rider, I believe, is who no, it was Jemmy. Jemmy's rider like looks towards Finder, mean mugging him.
Yeah.
Oh, let me
Whatever,
have my
man.
head cannon.
I made your boy a hero.
Just let me have my head cannon, okay?
Fair
You
enough.
know, he's hankering for a relationship, and as far as our favorite Yuan-Ti is concerned, it's finders keepers.
Make wisdom saving throw.
Yes. I'm loving this.
Finders keepers.
You guys are awful.
Jeez. Don't make that a meme. That's just ripe for exploitation.
Mm.
The bad kind.
Yeah. You guys managed to succeed without fully dying. Some of you did get hurt quite a lot. That
There's a lot of blood.
That being said, though, no one died. Honestly, if it wasn't for the belts, you guys probably would have died so much.
Remember how reluctant all of you were to get those, by the way.
All I hear is blah blah blah.
I wasn't
got-
here for
I
that,
got
so
Thomas, it was like pulling teeth. It was like I made them, and I was like, "Does anyone want one?" They're like, "I guess, because you made them." Ugh.
No, I believe everybody was being kind and letting everybody else try and pick first because there wasn't enough to go around.
No, that was afterwards.
Volunteering.
I was like, "Hey guys, I want to spend some time doing this," and you're like,
No,
"I guess you
actually-
think that's necessary, you dummy."
Actually,
This
that was
guy.
when it's like, well, I'll go last. Are you sure you don't want it? Okay. That was when priority was making sure others had it first.
Yeah, but after people heard that you were gonna get a long rest, we're like, "Oh no, it's okay. We don't need them." And then I
Oh, no,
made it.
took it.
Yes,
That's
afterwards.
funny. I also
That was
like
not
that
like-
in the end, me with the best harness was still like ragdoll.
At the very end.
Yeah, I was like, no, just riding against the edge of a canyon.
So do we make it?
You do.
Are we all
Did we
alive?
make it?
You did.
Did we make it? Not are we naked, you perv?
Final Fantasy naked. We're all covered in belts.
Which is essentially
Oh,
closed.
God.
New age lingerie.
Uh, okay. As the door closes behind you, as you make it out, you hit the ground and you stop at a certain point. Hitting the ground without, well, it's a lot of force. You make way, and soon enough, the riders hop off. You all hop off. Rhea also in turn. The riders are exhausted. They take their mounts, say goodbye to you, and like head over towards the stables. But this doesn't look like a normal place. You've seen these type of things beforehand. You literally work in the R&D department. But this is different.
Question, is everyone looking fine, or do people actually look hurt? Because,
Finn and
shit hurts.
Jemmy and Finder are hurt.
How about the
Finder
Valkyries
is
and the
not. Finder is not quite bloodied. Is how I describe it.
how about the Pegasi and the Valkyries?
The Pegasus were trained for this. Like, they're doing good. The riders could use a little bit of healing, but they're not dead, and they're also at home base, which means that they can rest.
Hank feels strangely awesome because I'm still giving him heroism.
Like 10 minutes, right?
Can
How long
I
has it
guess,
been? I don't know.
I guess Rhea is taking her Pegasi away.
No, she has one of the riders, like, take it for her.
I want to say goodbye to it, give it scritches, pet it, and, head nuzzles and sneak it a treat.
Yeah, like, you can for sure do that, giving it a nice little apple on its way out. Rhea looks towards her own steed and goes, "Hey, don't get used to this. You're on a diet
Yeah.
effectively tomorrow."
I was gonna say there's a Valkyrie somewhere that's like, you're spoiling them.
Sorry, I just wanted to, give him a treat as thanks.
Say I'm creatures of war.
Rhea does look
Mac,
towards
take off weight.
Rhea does look towards all of you. Glad none of you died. First and foremost, welcome to our base. It's unique. Like, again, spoken beforehand, you guys do work in an R&D department. Like, there are like techno stuff everywhere, technology-based magical equipment. This is more on the lines of technology-based equipment. and it is streamlined. It is like more advanced than your own gear, and your guys' gear is supposed to be the most advanced.
So I think I speak for us all when I say this is quite
Not,
advanced.
not exactly what I was expecting.
I'll have to echo that sentiment.
Well, can't exactly tell everyone where you come from. Um, to be fair though, we found this location. It was the most hospitable, without cause or concern. And we only accept those that have proven themselves to even being shown this place. So I'm not saying it's not a big deal, but it is a pretty big deal. So congratulations, approved by me. And then behind her, you do hear more gruff voice, and you do then see the person. Yes, but not by me. And behind her stands a towering man, roughly 7 feet tall, broad build, large sword to his side. Not drawn out as the image shows, but he has sword.
Worn on his hip or just held at his side?
W-
Sheathed or
Held at
open?
his side in case there was trouble.
Okay.
Because when the door opens, it's either someone's coming in or someone's breaking in.
Yeah. He's like, I'm here at the teleporter, or like,
Mhm.
like, what the fuck's going on?
Any reason why you've brought friends, little Ray? Don't call me that. Not in front of new people. Not really important.
Since I'm like right there with the horse and with her, I kind of just like smile at her a bit.
Super embarrassed. Well,
You just been hugging her for like 2 hours straight.
this is my brother. Pleasure to meet you all. Take it you've.
Hi. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm Win.
And I'm Jemmy, fabulously wealthy celebrity cleric. At your service.
Fintalison, it is an honor to meet you, and I bow a bit.
I'm close finds her. We bested your sister in combat, so she agreed to bring us here.
Sounds about right.
You didn't have to say it like that.
What? Is it better
You
to
said-
make her? Is it better to make her say it?
Well, you could have said something more like, we managed to prove ourselves in combat to our satisfaction.
Yeah,
He knows.
something
He
like
knows
that.
what that means.
I know, but sometimes having a little tact is nice.
Ray in the background just states, "Thank you." He then her brother then states, "Pleasure to meet you all. I am known as Vost. Seeing that you're
Hi,
here,
it's a pleasure to meet you. We do
Pleasure.
come in peace. And I bring out a seed and druid craft it to a flower
magic
and like
caster.
hand it to him. We come in peace.
Thank you."
Just like in some dirt in this very clean environment. This is like what I do with this.
Well, it's like she opens her bag, takes out the dirt, and does it there. So
I know.
if dirt falls, it's in her bag.
I know. It's a beautiful little session, which is like in this background. I love it.
Like for sure, some dirt falls down, but it's all right.
Win kind of kicks it off to the side,
Mhm.
making sure no one sees it.
You do give him the nice plant, and Voss does state, "Thank you." He does take it, and he then puts it on his sword. When that happens, the little roots that were growing out bend into the blade and then begin to sprout out, encompassing his blade.
Oh, when Win sees that,
Yeah.
she just jumps right close to him and looking at the sword. Oh my god, that is so cool! How does it do that?
First
Did
off,
not
personal
expect
space.
that to I did not expect that to happen.
Can I touch it?
Again, personal space.
Oh, sorry, I just got excited. I
All
go
right.
back to petting the Pegasus.
Yeah.
It's because she was close with your sister, Onsi, right?
Mm. I mean, whoever my sister decides to date is entirely up to her. It's not like that.
No,
Doesn't
no, no,
really
no,
matter to
oh
me.
my goodness. Yeah, Win is like burying her face in her hands, blushing. No, it's not like that.
Again, doesn't really matter to me. Her own personal life is her own personal life. Regardless of that, I'm assuming based off of you being here, you either are joining the Valkyries or have decided to inquire of the Valkyries.
It's
Something of a research expedition.
it was our mission to find out from where you came and whether or not we could settle here. But it does not seem like this is a sort of place that would accept immigrants.
We are in a underground bunker city. It is not impossible, but our space is limited unless we integrate more land.
So
Just getting here, the trip alone is quite hazardous.
Nearly killed some of us. I can't imagine the average citizen enduring that particular travel.
however, if you are open to any sort of personnel exchange, I'm sure that would be greatly amenable to our superiors, right, team?
Yeah.
Oh, great thinking, yes. An exchange.
That
They,
wouldn't be. Finder, you were saying?
No, you.
Vasta state. That wouldn't be out of line. So, being if it's someone we can truly trust, or someone you trust, and in turn, we give our trust to them. Can't be just some random individual.
No, of course not. I'm sure once we bring this proposal to our superior Ramon, he will have just the person in mind.
Hmm. Well, you're already here, and I take it you can't travel through the ley line yourself.
Oh, we have a connection through our badges, but if you have a way of amplifying it, perhaps with your technology, we might be able to speak with them. I don't know if anyone else on the team just has message or whatever.
We
I'm not strong enough to carry us through the plains like that right now. But maybe once it gets stronger, I'll be able to.
Voss does not. Understandable. But we found this place. It's through generational lines that we come back here to our home. But it is still much a mystery to us. We have
So you're-
found and rediscovered things, but it is still a research site.
So your people did not build this place,
Far from it.
and much of it is unknown to you. You occupy a small part of it, or
A very small part. Many of the things here have been. Some things that we've messed with have been dangerous, so we limit our reach.
Well, that actually sounds pretty good.
if we could establish a
we're-
more. Go on, Gwen. Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's like that seems up our alley since we are from an R&D department, research and development. if we are looking for an exchange program, uh, I know that our boss Ramon can put a team together to really help you and assist you navigating this place.
Hmm. That
In
wouldn't.
fact, keep going.
No, you go first.
I was just going to say, I'm sure because of the nature of the exchange, the first thing we would want to do is establish a easy way to exchange personnel, rather than this trial of the Valkyries.
The trial in itself is the fastest way to get here. You will have to go through land, through water, and through dangerous terrain. Win, go ahead.
Oh no, and I was like, oh, we should at least, stay for a little bit to establish friendlier connections with each other.
You
And
are.
maybe during that time, we can talk about things more in detail and see if we can figure out a better route, at least for us.
Perhaps maybe even offer to do a little exploration here. Maybe there's some technology that might help us out.
Yeah, we are the ground team, basically.
I'll
Pretty
allow. I'll allow any one of you, but only one, to roll persuasion, and because like so many people are helping, advantage.
Can we metagame that? I have 0 charisma.
Um,
No, I don't have 0 charisma. I have 2 charisma.
You don't have to metagame. Everyone except for Sigvald, can roll.
Oh, so we can just
I have
no, but only
have
one of
plus-
us.
I have a +3.
May the core eye guide you.
I've got a
Okay.
4.
Yeah,
4?
let
May
the
the
4.
core eye guide you.
Can anyone beat a 4?
No.
I
I got a
have a
4. Anybody
2.
beat a 4? Beat a 4. And let's roll a
Going twice.
4. Roll the
Settled.
D4.
Four.
Roll the D4 first. I want to see the D4 first.
All right, let's see.
Okay. All right. Not bad.
That's
All
good.
right.
That's good.
All right, here we go. And that was persuasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big numbers. Big numbers.
Shabuya, shabuya.
Don't cause too much trouble, and it should be fine. I'm sure your team doesn't cause that much trouble.
If you want, you can have someone be an escort, just in case.
A
If you
liaison, perhaps.
Big butterfly eyelids. I see.
I wink at Win. Someone can't get enough of the Pegasus.
No, I'm not gonna hide it that these are beautiful creatures, and I want just love to have one for myself. Oh, just look at him, he's so adorable. I go back to petting the Rhea's Pegasus.
the handler that was
Where's the
trying to
fake
get
cre-
it to the stable keeps going, Miss, I really need to take it to the stable. We've been here for 15 minutes.
I'm sorry.
And where's the fey creature during all of this? Is it just like
On top of
hands
Jimmy's
up in
head.
the air? Yeah.
Just plopped on Jimmy's
It
head.
doesn't give a fuck about any of this. It's like, I'm warm. We're done.
Let me tell you, these comfort animals really work.
Emotional support.
I know, right?
Vasta
I can
state.
get used to this.
You should see the other ones I'm able to summon.
You all seem quite
Oh, I
distracted.
did nice study to be a druid.
Sister, help out your friend's potential love interest. Not like that. Don't really care.
No.
Like, well, not no, but let's not say not yes, but let's move on from this conversation.
Don't really care.
Right.
Anyways, show them to the vault. I'm sure they can find something that'll assist them in surviving better. And they can try to find a new pathway if they'd like, but again, shortest route, easiest way to get here if you know how to do things. And we'll discuss a exchange program wouldn't fit. More like a foreign exchange student kind of program.
Uh,
Yeah, that's what we were
a,
talking
uh,
about. A personnel exchange.
it, a testing of the waters, if you will. Not a whole personnel thing, but
Well, one personnel or two.
A
wait.
diplomatic exchange. type
Low
stuff.
numbers first.
Yes.
Yeah, like one.
More akin to establishing an embassy. No, well, no, a single diplomat.
Again, that's what I'm saying. He's like walking away now.
Okay, we're all agreeing with you. The vault. I've heard a lot about the vault recently, which I'm very excited about.
Ray does
Well-
state, yeah.
Well,
You know, I already
frankly,
like these people a lot better than Section 5. They've certainly got better terms and a nicer office.
Rude. Win, go.
Thank you. Finder, you do look a bit roughed up. Don't you want to rest first? And same with you, Jimmy.
You can rest here. Brother has a lot of things to do until tomorrow morning. So you will have accommodations here.
I think I'll be
Yeah.
okay inside the facility here.
We're
But
never gonna know what we're going to be finding. And they say some of the technology could be dangerous.
I am not going to
If-
take you into the places we haven't already explored. That'd just be putting you in exact danger I'm not aware of.
if you're offering to heal me, I welcome it. Otherwise, I think we'll leave the rest for a little bit later.
Rhea will be taking you to places that they have already searched, examined, and deemed not a danger. If they put you in straight up danger, then that's just being irresponsible.
Like, hey guys, you want to take a walk in the wastes? It's just around the
No,
car.
it's like I remember Voss saying that they don't know um they don't know a lot about the technology, so a lot of it could still be dangerous.
Yeah.
Even the ones that they do know about. So that's why Win was edging on the side of caution.
You're correct to do that, but he basically said take them to the vault, which means that area is deemed safe. I suppose I should have said that clearer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Vault
I got it.
to me has, items locked up and some of it we don't know.
Like, I interpret it as
They don't
their
know,
vault,
and-
not like the vault, but like their vault.
Well, that's why. It's like I didn't know.
Yeah.
Question: when do the temporary hit points from Wynn's spell end?
Now, after a long rest.
After a long rest? Okay. That was going to
Oh,
influence
then-
my
Temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
are we resting?
Well,
No,
we
there's a spell
unrested since.
No, I mean, I got bodied. I used them all. That was my joke.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I'm actually feeling better than I look, courtesy of your magic. And in a pinch, I've got some healing abilities of my own, so I think I'm pretty much okay for now.
Yeah, that the bear spirit really comes in handy sometimes, doesn't it?
I will.
Indeed it does.
I will try to take you guys to places that aren't dangerous. Brother did mention taking you to the vault, which is our safe weapon area that we have fully examined and deemed safe. So, well, as safe as weapons
like-
can be.
I would like to examine the weapons. Yes.
They won't explode in your hand. And also to, the mess hall as well as sleeping quarters when, you need to sleep.
And the stables, perhaps?
And the stables, as long as you don't keep giving my Pegasus more treats.
Demi chuckles at that.
It's bad for
Okay.
their teeth.
Actually, no, it's actually quite healthy for their teeth.
Depends on the treat.
Well, I'm not giving them sugar cubes.
Rhea begins to walk, and you guys follow. She does state,
Yeah.
again, depends on the treat, but at the exact same time, they're also on a diet. Can't keep giving them things that are not on a diet.
I assume you're
Yeah,
basing it
no.
on horses, not Pegasi. Perhaps they are different.
Okay, one, I never saw a Pegasi until now.
I mean, none of you have.
So I don't really know their diets. So I'm just basing it off of horse with some tweaks due
Perhaps,
to their bigger
perhaps
frame
they,
and their abilities to fly. So
perhaps they like
that's what I got.
seeds. They have wings, like a bird.
Yeah, but their teeth aren't made for
Mouths
that.
are a little off. Exactly.
You don't think they could crunch a seed?
Rhea does state, again, doesn't matter about the treat. They're on specific diets. You do eventually get to the vault, and inside is a array of weapons. And she does state, all right, feel free to choose one.
Yep.
Only one. Make sure that you are trained in it. If not, you're not gonna, do good with the weapon. Rest up. We'll take you to the mess hall. Make sure you're safe and clean. If you want to explore a little, we can. But make sure you actually rest before you actually explore. We're not trying to kill you, and we're not trying to make sure that you are in harm's way. Alright? So, feel free to pick. And we'll figure out what you guys
please.
pick whenever you want. But as we end the session for tonight, one thing is clear. You survived the second job. Now you gotta get back to the city. But we'll figure out how
That's a
you
good
do
start.
it next time as we end the session for today.